speaking of that, Dad, what happened to Kyle Shanahan's play calling? I mean, I think I picked the Niners to lose, but I thought they'd lose because of their defense. They lost because they scored 3 points. He couldn't figure out anything. He was going to trick plays in the second quarter, Dad. What happened?
Oh, he was always he also threw two passes to the fullback. When you're
Uh-huh.
throwing two passes to the fullback, you're in trouble
Yep.
because not a threat.
Mhm.
Um, Here's what I want to say, Iggy. I think he ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
He has a system, and for the most part, it's terrific, and he
Mhm.
can beat much of the league with that system. When you're going up against a good team, and this coach McDonald, he's a defensive whiz.
Mhm.
When you go against a team that has good players and a coordinator, head coach like that, you better have a plan B. And he didn't. He doesn't ever have a plan B. And we were talking. There were some things he could have done with a plan B. Take the fullback off the field because he's irrelevant. Put Tonjes on the field. Play two
Mhm.
tight ends. Um, Kittle didn't have a good game. This other guy, when you play him, you he can't miss. He's really a good receiver. That would have upgraded what Kyle was doing, but he didn't do it. Play the other running back more. Iggy, I think he got 2 carries. Robinson, and
And they were better.
at
He was running
they,
harder. He was more
yeah,
effective.
he averaged 4.5, and he had one run that was 6 yards. And McCaffrey was he was what it was a 2.9 yesterday, Iggy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, have some balance in your running game. But as I've said to you, I think Kyle, I'm talking about the kind of thinker he is. He's an either or thinker. I'm going to play my best guy all the time. I have no room in my game plan to include somebody else. So um, if Jordan Mason is really good, I'm going to put him on the sideline because I have McCaffrey. If Tonjes is really good, I'm going to put him on the sideline, even though he's really good, because I have Kittle. It's either or, black and white, where I would like in those situations for him to be gray. I can incorporate another tight end. I can incorporate another running back, but Iggy, he doesn't think that way. He goes along the depth chart.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. His personnel usage is incredible. I mean, his play calls are usually good, but in this game, 3 points and you couldn't get Jake Tonjes on the field. I looked this up. The Niners have had Jake Tonjes and George Kittle on the field together for 7 plays this season. That's a mistake. I mean, any idiot could get those guys on the field together, and Kyle's a genius. He overthinks these things sometimes. He's so dogmatic or whatever it is, but there's no good reason to not have Jake Tonjes. It seems like if you're struggling to do anything, it wasn't just struggling to score points, struggling to move the ball. You got to establish a weapon in your offense, and you saw it pretty early on. It wasn't going to be McCaffrey. It wasn't going to be Kittle. That Seattle defense, not only are they good, they're really fast. And the Niners offense is so slow. Jawan Jennings is the slowest wide receiver in the league. George Kittle's fast for a tight end. McCaffrey's not fast anymore. All the speed on the Niners offense is young and on the bench. Jordan Watkins, rookie, fast, not allowed to play. Isaac Guerrero, fast, not allowed to play. Uh, I don't know. It's like if you're not 31, you don't run a 4.8, you can't play for the 49ers.
I've mentioned before on our broadcast, Bill Walsh used to talk to me a lot, and he said any number of times, Lowell, the quarterback is the limit of my offense, meaning Bill had a million ideas. He couldn't do them all because Joe had certain limitations, and so did Steve. Okay. So the quarterback was the limit of Bill's offense. That's not the case with the Niners. Kyle is the limit. And you saw
Yep.
his limit last night. He
Yep.
couldn't score, he couldn't arrange for more than 3 points. He's the limit. You
I
know,
want to say something else, though, because
yeah.
we're giving Brock Purdy a lot of grace. He wasn't good. And I think it's fair to say that Mike McDonald has a real read on how on how Brock Purdy's going to run this offense. He's been kicking Brock Purdy's ass consistently since he was the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, he keeps him in the pocket for the most part, and Purdy doesn't seem like he can see particularly far down the field. He looks like a totally different quarterback when he faces Mike McDonald. I'm not saying Mac Jones would have done better, but when you go back and watch the film, there are plays where there's like McCaffrey open in the flat and Purdy just doesn't see him. He's like trying to run around, get out of the pocket.
I don't think Mac Jones could have done any worse.
But it would have been hard to. I mean, I guess you could score 2 points, but you do that with a safety on defense.
Yeah, I don't think it would be hard for him to do any worse. I think, again, I was very, you were laughing at me. I was saying how good the last few weeks that Brock Purdy is, and you would give me the stank eye on this show. Last night he looked like a game manager at most, and not a very good one. And in addition, there are certain quarterbacks. Mahomes is one, although not all the time. Josh Allen is one, although not all the time, who can take a team on his back and win. Purdy is not that quarterback. He is against bad teams, but in games where there's real competition and where the other team is hitting you hard, he's a game manager.
Yeah, that was a really serious game. It wasn't a game where you were going to be dancing. It wasn't a game where you were going to be scoring 5 touchdowns. The game was who can be a better game manager, you or Sam Darnold? And it was Sam Darnold.